move on to a more popular segment, Sleeper Spotlight.
Sleeper Spotlight, let's do it.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with this segment, we introduce a drummer that y'all are sleeping on, and we'll get Adam's impressions, opinions, or constructive criticism, if any. So let's get started with our first sleeper.
Okay.
It's Jamie.
Jamie.
Yep.
Jamie, here we go. I like that snare sound. That snare does sound good, doesn't it? The tom too. EC2s. Cool. That was really cool, man. A lot of good ideas. Very quick, very snappy playing, that's for sure. I like your kit sound a lot. I think it looks like Audix mics. Can't quite tell. The kit is dialed, first of all. Great sounding cymbals. I like that darkish ride with the hand-hammered bell. Very cool. And I like the studio setup as well. First impressions, for sure, is that it's a little bit rushed. It's a little bit on the rush side, where you're taking your best ideas and you're pushing them really, really far. And of course, there is a time and a place to do that. But I would say in this context of creating content, was this from Instagram? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I would say in a context like this, I think what it is you don't want to project the image that this is how you play all the time. Clearly, it's not, right? And I know as well as anybody that you want to put your best playing out on the internet. But this one definitely felt like you were at some of the top of your speed range, the top of your skill set, and you pushed really hard in that direction. And that is audible, right? I can tell that you're really reaching for some of those ideas. So what I would love to hear for you to back down just slightly and play some ideas that are a little bit more concrete for you, ones that aren't so reachy. But I'll tell you one thing I do love about your playing, and it is how exploratory you are, especially in this clip. You are following a rhythmic theme, or at least a tempo that stays steady throughout the entire clip, but you're also experimenting with different groove environments, different fill environments. Then you went over to the ride and sort of maintained some things over there. And so I see this element of, you have like this exploratory quality in your playing, where you are looking at the whole kit, you're looking at all of your sounds, and you're trying to paint a picture using a larger palette of tools. And I really, really like that. I think that's something that some drummers struggle with. It's not so natural for them to sort of see each drum as its own instrument, as its own sonic voice, its own option. And I don't think that's a problem you have at all. So I like how easy it seems for you to be creative. I think that's very, very much in your favor, for sure. I would just say, back that speed down a little bit. Don't push it so hard. Find some of those sweet spots for some of your ideas, and I think they'll land that much harder. But yeah, cool clip, man. What's next from him?
I just got another video for Jamie, electronic kit.
Okay. Here we go. Another one from Jamie. Love that right hand. Real loose. Very clean. Very cool, man. Awesome. I loved that clip. That was much more in the wheelhouse of what I was talking about earlier, right? More controlled ideas for sure. I thought that was a lot more controlled than the last clip, definitely. Your technique looks fantastic too. I want to compliment you on that, man. Your right hand, I can tell you've worked a little bit on push-pull. It's got a nice, what's the word? The physics of it, right? Your looseness with your right hand was very, very obvious. I see a lot of wrist control from your left hand, so your ghost notes and your dynamics sort of flowed off of your wrist really well, because your technique was very, very clean. Really, I don't have any particular feedback in the negative context for a clip like that, because it was so clean. But again, it follows sort of the advice that I had for your first clip, which was to slow down, play the ideas that you can control a little bit better, which is exactly what you did in that clip. Super clean triplet fill. Everything was really articulate, predetermined patterns that I can tell you've worked on and thought about before. So that was really, really clean playing, man. I absolutely loved that. And it's a cool electronic kit, too. It looks a little older, right? Kind of older Roland?
Yeah, a little bit. I can't really tell.
I thought that was awesome. Yeah. I got nothing for you in that one, brother. Sick.
Sweet.
Who we got next in Sleeper Spotlight?
That's Piero Pirelli drums.
Okay.
Click on either video from him.
Okay, we'll do blue shirt here. Hold a trad grip. Beautiful kit. A&F. Is there a clap track added?
I think so.
Unique groove. Really controlled. Very controlled. That's the Chandler, that snare too, I believe. Man, very cool. Loved that, man. First of all, shout out Crotch Mic. Love that microphone in that placement. Such a good complete kit sound. Beautiful drum set and fitting of his style too. That's a thing that I always wonder with A&Fs, because like there's some people that just shouldn't play that kit. You're a metal player? That's wrong drum set for you. But this sort of flowy funk fusion style fits really, really well. I loved I'd have to work out the pattern, but like this upside down inverted double thing that he had worked into the groove. I love that like last section of the groove there. I also love that his overall dynamic level was very low. Even the accents on the snare are not like nothing about it was that loud. It was like very, very subdued, which in itself is a skill. That it's very difficult to take whatever you play and just say, okay, play it all at half volume and make it sound just as articulate and clean and precise as you would if it was at like your comfortable dynamic. So his comfortable dynamic seems to be quite quiet, which in of itself is a very impressive way to play drums. It's difficult to sort of subdue your volume in that way and still be articulate and move around. So this was an awesome clip. It's funny too that sometimes those traditional grips just fit people, don't they? Mm-hmm. Where it makes more sense for them than it would if somebody like me played it, or really cool. I love how dialed in his whole style and everything is. And he's got a tape machine in the back. We're recording analog here?
I have no idea what his methods are, but beautiful playing, beautiful kit, and just a sleeper. I'm telling you.
Absolutely.
Cool. We got one more from Piero too.
All right, let's do it. Different mix. Different snare. Oh, different kit. Yeah. That pancake kick is wild, isn't it? Well, that is the most dead ride I've ever heard. Oh my gosh. What a floor tom. Ooh. Good Lord, the boom on that floor tom. Man, I like so much about it. I love how the snare is relatively modern in that it's kind of cranked, and then it's got a little bit of that clappiness with whatever piece of metal he's got laying on the snare there. So kind of a modern-ish snare. But then the floor tom, oh my God, that is like the most low end I've ever heard come through these P2 Explorers. That was deep, man. What a cool sounding kit for sure. And then the dead ride cymbal, and those hi-hats are interesting as well. Man, super unique kit and mix and approach and everything. And his play style is cool too. It's very subdued. I kind of like that it's like overall a lower energy level than you would just slightly below average when it comes to like what's the average dynamic or the volume level that drummers play at. He seems to be very subdued, which again, that's its own skill. It's its own thing to work on. So really unique style, unique mix. I like that this mix was different than the other one, which kind of tells you that he's into the art of mixing and audio and recording everything. Man, really, really cool. Definitely give this guy a follow. That was awesome. Very cool.
Solid.
Thanks for watching this clip from the Orlando Drummer Podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're looking for more content like this, you are formally invited to come join me on orlandodrummer.com. It's my online drum school. It's very much in the style of Netflix for drum lessons. There you'll find 160 hours of lesson content. That's like 50 drum DVDs. It's a lot. You'll also find the world's largest collection of drumless play-alongs. Trust me, you'll find something you love, and we would love to have you on board. orlandodrummer.com. Link is in the description.